Welcome to another live stream episode of A Different Day with Jah and
Persian girl Neci in the building.
Happy Sunday, folks. Happy Sunday. You're now tuned in to the number one station in the U.S. Virgin Islands, 101.3 Row FM. We're broadcasting to you live on this live stream. Yes, we are live, and thank you for coming through. We have a great episode for you, a lot to talk about, a lot to discuss. It seems like every week we have more and more to talk about because, Jesus, it's hard to keep up. How have you been this week, though?
I have been, I think I've been using the word busy a lot, but it's not, I've been to work 7 days this week.
7? So no, they upped it from 6?
Like today, up to this morning.
That's crazy. That's a lot. I thought the 6 was a lot.
You gotta do it. It's for a time. We have this time and this place, and
Okay. Did they say how long this is supposed to last?
Well, this is an anomaly for the 7 days because we had a couple of things that played into me having to be there today. It wasn't an all-day thing, which is fine, but I had to go yesterday. I did a morning till noon-ish today. And then that takes away your whole weekend to get other things done. So I've been trying to cram as much as I can in these last 4 hours before we come alive. And then gonna cram some more afterwards and back to work tomorrow.
Yeah. Hopefully the days don't drag for you.
Not really. I mean, in a way, yes. But I also know for Christmas, we usually have a good break. So I know hopefully that's coming to some degree. So it'll probably dwindle down this week-ish. And so I get to, a couple of weeks, I'll get to just breathe. And it'll be, but it's, it's festival, baby. So breathe, exhale from one to inhale the other. Because, we need content. We got to get stuff,
Exactly. It is festival, baby. As you can see, look around your screen. We in the spirit. You see the decorations? We can decorate the office.
Oh, going to say fa la 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 la.
We can decorate the office because it's festival, baby. It is festival time in the U.S. Virgin Islands. St. Croix Island Crucian Christmas Festival is in full effect. For you, right? We got this whole festival schedule, right? But what for you kicks off festival? What signifies that? All right, it's that time.
Honestly, for me, it would be from Thanksgiving because from Thanksgiving, you have the after Thanksgiving jump up, and then you have the 10 Sleepless Nights. Stanley has their first serenade tramp, which is to walk off the talking. So from there, I hearing Stanley playing, and once that starts, that's it. Okay. Once they strike up, it's official.
All right. Yeah, it is festival, baby, and as you can see, we just put up the festival schedule, and we are right around December 13th. Boat parade. Speaking of the boat parade, Persian girl Neci went and got some coverage for us, and we got some pictures for you of that. So I don't know if you can. I don't know if they're when the boat's coming down, if they announce anything or say who running it or how that works. I've never been to one. I just realized. Okay.
Well, so so they announced it to the judges in terms of the boats that are coming. Each boat has a number and it has a description of the boat in terms of what they're portraying. That's done to the judges, but I don't think it's broadcast to the people down below who's just watching the parade.
Okay.
And so of course, what they do is there was a lot of entries this year in the boat parade. I think they almost seemed like about 30 entries, if I'm not mistaken. It seemed like it was that many. They had the little kids on their little individual rafting things. I think was really cute. And then they do 2 laps around in terms of for the parade. So they both go around twice. And that's a judge segment. And then from there was a drone show and fireworks.
Dang, nice. That's what's up. That's what's up. So we got some pictures that provided by her Crucian Gal Neci herself. So I don't know if you can, but try your best, I guess, to describe what we're looking at here.
So this was the octopus boat. That top thing on the green, the green thing on the top, I'm sorry, is an octopus.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was really cute that they had that. I think it was cute with Santa Claus. That was the mutiny boat. Well, they had a mutiny banner, so I'm thinking that's the mutiny boat, which was really cute.
Okay. And we got this here. This is lit all the way up.
It was very pretty in person as well. It did a nice little 360 and a water, like it kind of like revved the engine so the water like splattered up, and it was really good. The kids kind of had like it. Yeah, I didn't know I was gonna do it out of recording, but it was really cute. The kids did like it, so I thought that was really nice.
You know they're out there doing stunts.
They're the boat that was spinning around and things in the water. They were doing stuff.
Oh,
they were twirling and things.
What about naughty and nice? What is
yeah, this was not. I like the nice and naughty. Unfortunately, for the naughty, the A and the U wasn't really lighting up last night.
Oh man!
But I mean, you could still read it, and it was really cute. I did like it. I thought it was creative.
All right. We got a next one. What is happening here? This one looked like it down there sinking. I could be mistaken.
None of the boats sank. They all made it around safely. Okay. This one had, I think, a snowman on it, and there was a Christmas tree in the front. I think that was really cute.
That's pretty.
As well. And the Santa Claus on the top, if you noticed, there was a Santa sleigh on it.
Yeah. What else we got here? Oh man, you could barely see the people on this one.
Right, but I love that they had the pirate, like those things were going off like every 30 seconds. It was really cute.
They had fireworks in the front of the back.
It was on the boat. It was part of the show. Okay. So I thought that was I thought it was cute. I like the big Grinch that they had on the top. I thought that was really, really cute. And there were some people there kind of between the lights and stuff. So it made it really festive. They had a really lively boat.
That one there for sure. What can you tell what that is like to the rear of the boat, right underneath that little? I don't know what that is. A reindeer? What's that? Green?
It could be a reindeer. Some of them had reindeers. Some of them had like elves and penguins. It looked like a penguin in the middle. It could be a reindeer at the end. There was a doll in the middle. I don't know what the doll in the middle was. Like right underneath the Grinch. I don't know what it was or what it signifies.
This one coming up. Oh man, this one is beautiful. I think it's minimalist, but I like it.
It's giving yacht. It's giving yacht rich.
Yeah.
It's giving yacht rich.
Yeah. We come to play. We do this for real every year.
Correct.
Yeah.
This is imported lights, okay, from the designer Santa Claus himself. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is the boat that had the dinosaur on it, which the kids absolutely love, and a Santa Claus in the front. So that was really cute.
Yeah, this one I'm giving life below deck. You know what I'm saying? We got money and we ain't gotta do too much.
Cruisers below deck. That's what that one is giving.
Okay, what is it? A little tiki bar?
This is a floating tiki bar. There's a floating tiki bar that you can do. I think they do like sunset sails and other little things. I think it's really cute. So the tiki bar camera, they had balloons and they had lots of lights. As you can see, it was very blue and white. I think it was really, really cute. The people were definitely having a good time. They had music and things playing. So made it really good. I enjoyed it. It was nice.
Yeah, I like the iced out, polar theme. I like that.
I like that. Actually, balloons was different. I've never seen balloons on a boat on the water for the parade. This is the first time I've seen that I can recall.
I guess because they have all that space, in between.
They do. Yeah.
That's cool. And this, what do you call it? A catamaran?
That was a thing of beauty, as you can see. What I think I like the most, I like to me, multicolor lights just screams Christmas in a way anyway. Okay. So I like the multicolor lights. They had the big Santa Claus. They also had I think the gingerbread that was on there, and a snowman, and there were people in those, like dancing. So it was really cute. I really liked it. Very fun.
Very active. I like that. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Neci, for these beautiful images. We'll be sure to post them later. You can check them out on the Same Difference page as well. Now, again, so like I said, we're at the December 13th. Next coming up, keep in mind, December 19th is the Serenade, Mid-Island Stanley and the 10 Sleepless Nights Serenade. Do not forget, have your good walking shoes. They're going to be on time. From what I understand, Stanley do not play.
They're
going to be on time. So the Mid-Island, December 19th. Do not forget. And then right after that, December 20th, got to keep.
But did you read where they're going December 19th?
We have read it last time, but I ain't uploaded it back. I deleted it. What?
You want to be home, that's why.
Oh God.
They're passing through. They're passing through this way.
On Esperance and thing. Yeah.
They're passing through this road. Yeah.
That's what's up. So what are you gonna do? Just be there and then stop, or like you'll go back. Let it pass you. Enjoy your little chop and then go sleep.
No, like they're gonna be in the neighborhood.
Oh, they drive through? I didn't even know that thing was legal. You can drive through at 3 or 4 or 5 in the morning.
Well, they drive. They're gonna be in here for like an hour or so.
Oh wow! Oh, that's.
But they're making a stop. Well, Bonus Express is kind of big, but they're making a stop for like an hour, and then there's gonna be a tram. I think either from to Recorder Richard School or from Recorder. There's a tram either direction on that street road from that Baraspat Mall Road to Recorder Richard. There's gonna be a tram.
Okay. Yeah. So keep in mind, Stanley and the 10 Sleepless Nights. Their tramp is up next, December 19th. Do not forget, it's a Mid-Island tramp. All right. Keep that in mind. Also, I don't think we touched on this as far as the festival schedule, because I don't know if it was out yet, and I ain't gonna even comment on it. But we got the last lap information and who is playing for last lap. I would really like to be a fly on the wall of these meetings when they decide who gonna be where, because the Latin night had me laughing. I ain't gonna lie to you. Latin night, and like I love Blackest, I love Black Empire, but like International Latin Night, whatever. Let me see what I say. What going on, gentlemen style? We tramping. Hola, there she goes. What going on, Jerica? Don't forget to share the live, guys. Let people know that we on air and we're live. All right. So last lap, what we got? You can voice your opinion on who belong here or not. But Lady Lava got last lap. This is Saturday, January 3rd. This is the last village event. Lady Lava, does anyone know who this is? What she does, what she sings? Anybody? Lady Lava?
I could not help you. I probably know her song. I don't know that's who sings it, to tell you the truth.
All right, so she's performing. Rico Live, I hope I performed that. Rico Live is performing. And keep in mind, the village honoree for that night is Express's famous Sound Stadium.
Well, the village is honored after them this year. That's who the village is named after.
Okay. And hey, the big show, Kess, the band, will be playing for last lap. Keep that in mind. I know a lot of people want to be there.
Pretty girl, when you come my way.
Hey, I don't just try to go for Kess, man. Support everybody. If you could stay up, if you could complete a nap, right, earlier in the day, and then come and support everybody, that would be great. Hugo and TJ will also be performing, so they're gonna be lit. I wish they'd tell us the times too that they're scheduled for. I guess that's a surprise. Shal
Marshall. Have the times by now, I hope.
Shal Marshall, I have no idea. I received her message. I just can't receive the song itself. I don't even know what the song is. If you don't have a ring, then you don't. If you don't have a ring, then you don't have a mister. Yeah.
Hands up. Let me see your finger. Up. Let me see your finger. Hey. Just sorry. See, I can't
Okay,
even
so
know the
now,
song, but we don't know who's singing.
yeah. So listen, if I know a soca song, you're popping. You're popping. You hear me? You outside for real if I know your song. So Lady Lava now like oof. She oof. You know I like that.
Look at you. Look at you. Look at you. Jesus.
She hot. Lady Lava is outside. If you don't have a ring, then you don't have a mister. That is Lady Lava. Now we can put a
I can
face
see the
on
hands up in the hands up in the picture. The hands singing.
Yeah, that makes damn. So now we don't put 2 and 2 together to make no ring. All right. And Shal Marshall, no idea who this is. Also performing Saturday, January 3rd. We don't have the times just yet. GBM Neutron. I've never heard of the guy. Anybody know his song, his music? Is he a DJ? Like, talk to us. Let us know if you know.
I don't know who this is by their name. Again, it's probably something I know, but I don't know the name.
All right. If y'all know, put it in the chat. Talk to us. Engage. Let us know. All right. And hey, the one and only Nikki Brooks will be performing. She had a great year. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think Nikki has had a really good year this year. She has a couple songs and then she ended it with a love song. She started off hard with Coconut. You know what I'm saying? She went hard for the Coconut. Had the Tart Wars to back up the song and promote it even more. So yeah, hey, big up Nikki Brooks, 101.3 Roy FM family as well. Big her up, man. So that's the last lap. Saturday, January 3rd. Keep that in mind. And up next, once again, December 19th, Stanley and the 10 Sleepless Nights will be doing their serenade, their early morning serenade chant. Mid Island is up next. All right. Now we gotta get serious for a little bit. So during this week,
one night. We did the rest nights.
We did all of them. This one just came out. We did them last week.
It didn't think we did all of them. I guess so.
Well, we did all the ones that were out because we did several.
Okay.
So we're gonna keep y'all up to date. I think what's next? What's next Sunday? What's next Sunday?
The 21st.
The 21st. So the 21st, we're gonna remind y'all of all the nights. Knowing festival by then, all the nights will be out. Right? So this week, same difference, not 1013, same difference. Well, let me play the disclaimer first.
Oh, already? Ooh.
The views and opinions on this show do not necessarily reflect the views of the broadcaster. Any opinions that are expressed are solely the opinions of Jah and Jah and Neci. Hold us and us alone responsible. All right?
Hold Jah accountable.
Yeah, there you go. Because I don't care. GBM is more of a DJ producer. They're the mind behind a lot of soca songs. The queen of Bacchanal is one artist I could think of off that. Okay. GBM Neutron. So he gonna come and play those songs. He gonna come out there and DJ, I'm assuming. All right. How do you feel about DJing, like DJs for these kind of nights? What do you think about that?
Oh, I think it's fine because you do need to have entertainment between bands and performers. Mm-hmm. And so I think they've been doing local and international DJs or importing DJs. And I think that's great because remember, this is being broadcast live, but people are watching from around the world. And I think it's important to do both things. So they do have the music is usually playing, but now they've been making it into live DJs. Mm-hmm. And I think that's really good, really cool.
Okay. Tell us what you think, Chet. How do you feel about having not a band, but an actual DJ playing during Village Nights as part of the performance, their own set? What do you think about that? Because I'll be tuned in for sure. From all the way in Georgia, I'll be tuned in to whatever I can see. Is Kess one of them that's like Marshall, where he don't want his stuff shown?
No.
Or? Okay,
no.
Good. I'll be tuned in. I'll be watching. All right. Now this week, as I was saying, same difference. Anonymously received a letter from a staff member of 1F Louis Hospital. Right. And their only request, this was received from a friend of a friend. It was pushed down through the line, and their only request was to let people know. All they wanted was for platforms to inform people of what was going on with 1F Louis, because too often their cries go unheard, I'm sure. And this very heartfelt letter is what we shared. And with us sharing it to the community, keep in mind, this was not for views or whatever. This was to get the message out. Because if it's one thing we're concerned about is how our community members are being treated. Too often, we don't see nurses and doctors and people that are serving the community as actual community members also. We just see them as employees. You go in as a patient, you're a client, you're here to serve me. But these people live in the community as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we can take that for granted. And I think that's where this letter, this is where this letter came from, and it's touched a lot of people. But what we want to see going forward is we want to see change. That's ultimately what this is about, because nobody should be working in a subpar hospital or a subpar workplace environment. That's not how things should be going. I don't care where you are or where you're from. So we're gonna play this clip from Mr. Brian Loudon, because Mr. Loudon received the information. Somebody seen the post about the letter and forwarded it to him, and he's also independently investigating. But here's where we are currently.
What you're about to hear is not rumor, not gossip, and not anonymous outrage posted without context. It's a letter that describes working conditions inside Juan F. Louis Hospital on St. Croix, and before reading it, I took steps to verify whether what it says matches reality. Good day from the Virgin Islands, I'm Brian Loudon, and this is a VI Update. This letter was shared anonymously with multiple St. Croix community groups. While I can't independently confirm who wrote it, I can confirm this. Multiple current and recent employees of Juan F. Louis Hospital, separate from the original poster, have independently confirmed the substance of what this letter describes. They did so privately, out of a concern of retaliation, and I am protecting their identities. What follows is the letter, read as written. Help the staff of JFL Hospital. We are crying out for help. We, the staff of JFL Hospital, are calling for help. We come to work every day to care for others, but we are now the ones in need of care, compassion, and justice. Our working conditions have become unbearable. Many of us have fallen ill with mold, dust, and the unsanitary environment in a condemned building. Yet instead of receiving support, we're being threatened by supervisors who are themselves under pressure from leadership. Recently, I was asked by my supervisor to pay my own hospital bill, even though my illness came from the very building I work in. Like many of my coworkers, I live paycheck to paycheck. I have children and aging parents who depend on me. I cannot afford to lose my job, yet every pay period I'm reminded that my livelihood is on the line. Now, salaried employees are forced to clock in and out with only a 10-minute grace period. Every morning, long lines form as staff anxiously rush to punch in, fearful that even a few minutes delay will mean lost pay. The scene is hauntingly familiar, reminiscent of the long, desperate lines after Hurricane Maria when we waited for basic necessities. To make matters worse, the hospital has not been paying employee AFLAC, Global Medevac, MASA, and other medical benefit deductions. These funds are taken out of our paychecks every month, yet they are not being sent to proper providers. Employees who thought they were covered are now discovering their policies have lapsed, leaving them and their families unprotected. The hospital has failed to be transparent about this issue, while leadership continues to focus on minor concerns, such as which executive deserves another raise. Meanwhile, our CEO and executive team have all received raises since March. We were told these raises were for additional duties, yet what we see are executives arriving in company vehicles, walking through side doors into air-conditioned offices, while the rest of us work in suffocating heat with no paper towels, no drinking water, and no basic supplies. We ration everything: medication, diapers, catheters, even bandages. We are rationing care. We're rationing human life, while those at the top profit and smile for photos. We are exhausted. We are anxious. We are scared. We are dedicated professionals who believe in the mission of caring for others, but we are being broken down one day at a time. Staff are quitting, morale is collapsing. Those who speak up are removed and replaced by friends of the CEO, often unqualified individuals who don't understand what it means to stand in the heat, short-staffed, with a patient's life in your hands. Please hear us. We are not lazy. We are not troublemakers. We are healthcare workers begging to be treated as human beings. Help us bring light to what's happening at JFL Hospital. We deserve dignity. We deserve respect. We deserve to be heard. If If you work at Juan F. Louis Hospital, past or present, and you want to confirm or challenge what you just heard, my inbox is open confidentially, and the comments are yours to use publicly. And if you're in leadership, this is your opportunity to respond on the record. That's a lot to answer for, but it seems like the list has been provided word for word. I have a copy if you need it. I'm Brian Loudon. This is your VI Update, your islands, your news, our reporting.
Woo! You heard it there, word for word, directly from the letter that we received and forwarded to the community. Now, there's so much wrong with what's in that letter. I don't even know where to start. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know what to start with, because it's like mold in a hospital, rationing care. And we've talked about in the past how we know that even the staff is short. So that's a problem in a multitude of businesses and corporations and stuff. But in healthcare, not only is your staff short, that which makes them overworked, tired, and they literally have people's lives in their hands, to find out that there's mold in the hospital. And then not only is there mold and there's a short staff, you also are rationing care and rationing supplies. So you're reusing them, or like, oh my God. It's terrifying. The Virgin Islands Epstein files call out the names of the executives. We need to hold them accountable.
That's an old list though.
For the executives that are there now at the hospital?
That board changes
often. Another issue. Siobhan Thomas, I hope one day healthcare can get the attention it needs. I think me and you had a conversation, and the question was asked, like, what is the most pressing issue in the Virgin Islands right now? And for me, it's healthcare, because again, lives are literally at stake. I know WAPA is a big one, because for certain instances, lives are at stake as well. Like if you have certain machines hooked up and your power goes, you know what I'm saying? But healthcare overall, I think, is an issue. You want to weigh in on this?
I mean, it's really disheartening, especially because I live home and I'm here, and that is the only place that we have to go when we need emergency care. And these are the people, of course, that lives in our community. So it's like when we're talking about the hospital, we're not talking about the people itself, but again, it's so hard not to, in a sense, because it's so, like, it's being run by people who are from here. Some aren't, some are. And it's just a matter of like, when do we start actually bridging gaps that are starting to, that we could see around the corner per se. Like, I feel like we're always looking, but we can never see around it. And I think it's like people are being flown out for like the craziest things, because we don't have the care here to provide for it. And if you don't have the ability, the means to be flown out, then what do? You're stuck with an enormous bill. Like, it's just crazy.
You know, I think what makes this even more worrisome, the fact that people are becoming desensitized to hearing this sort of thing. It's becoming normalized and just a way of life to hear about stuff like this, and the outrage is lessening because you're so used to hearing these type of stories. Oh, it's Juan Louis. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's a danger in itself, and it's very scary, because to know that the islands depend heavily, unfortunately, in my opinion, on tourism. So it's not just, you're not making it better for the people that live there and the locals. You also don't care if something should happen to a tourist, because you don't want to wait until a big story gets out and somebody visiting the island and it blows up federally and nationally. You know what I'm saying? But all these types of things, it makes me wonder, why do people act like they didn't know this was an issue? Once this letter got out, it took the Virgin Islands by storm. But honestly, did we not know? Did we honestly not know that things were bad? Or is it a surprise that it's this bad, or what?
Negativity spreads like wildfire. So even because it's not like I'm not aware, like I'm aware things are happening in there and things are going on. Now, do we know from a day to day, week to week, month to month how bad or if the bridge is being gapped or if it's getting worse? And we don't have a measurable scale to determine if it's getting better or not, unless people are continually speaking up and speaking out to keep us informed of the status. And of course, that's not going to come from the top down because they don't want to portray themselves or the hospital in a negative way continually because it doesn't look good. But the truth, it is the situation and it is at hand, and we should really be more transparent when we can be in terms of where we at and what's happening, where we are in pipelines for projects and where things are looking, areas that they're focusing on to improve on first. Like those are the things that should be out in the community. People are aware of what to expect, because if you're only giving us the negative and you're not giving us the concept of this and the positive, what are we comparing it to? Isn't it the previous negative thing?
And the fact that people need to understand, right? This didn't just happen. This has been going on for a while, and it's only gotten worse over time. So the only possible thing is to either fix it now, or it'll be so bad it's unfixable. And I think that's that corner that you were mentioning. Like, how soon before we can't even see the corner?
If we're even looking in the direction of the corner at the moment.
That we don't know what to look at, where we're going. You know what I'm saying? Like, we done lost all sense of direction. And I don't think that home has that as much time as people may think.
And don't get me wrong, I understand that we had to get the mobile hospital up and running before we could actually demolish and rebuild the permanent structure, because you have to have something in place before you can create the new one. And that makes sense. I understand that. But it should have been happening simultaneously, in my opinion. Like, hey, this new one's going to be open next month. What areas can we start working on in demolition? Like, what is the steps, right? And so I know what I'm saying. I'm saying it loosely, but for someone who does procurement, I understand there's a lot that goes into these things contractually and so forth to get projects off the ground. So trust me, I understand the intricacies of these things. It's just I'm on the logistics of it, because I do logistics as well. So I definitely I'm not speaking like out of the corner of my mouth because I don't understand. I do. And so it's like, we got to get these projects in a place where they're being streamlined almost simultaneously, so we lessen the effect on the community at the same time.
Absolutely. Gentleman Style asks, so there is a mobile hospital that's in effect, that's available?
Well, when I say mobile, it's a temporary hospital that they built in order to have a functioning emergency care available to us. It's in a permanent place. It can't be moved. But because of the damages to the hospital, they needed to create the mobile one the temporary one in order to demolish and rebuild the Wang Efului because of the damages that it sustained. And so that one has been open for a while now. I think I want to say it's been 2 years at least, or maybe more. I'm not sure the time frame, but it's been open for sure, like at least 2 years, I want to say. So to me, I have driven by the road Wang Lui, but I haven't seen any projects being undertaken unless it's an inside out type of situation. I don't know.
Okay.
But to me, in a year time, we should already be seeing some new turnover of what's going to be doing. The billboard is there in terms of the sign is there for the project when we need to get the project going, or we need to be visually. This is giving me the wood palette, the homeowners wood situation. Like we could see the wood, but it ain't getting distributed.
True. Now, let me read some of the comments. So, Jerica says, it doesn't help that we now have a bigger target than usual over us, thanks to all the military movements. Thank you for that comment, because we had talked about that in last week's show, that like when you see that there are troop movements happening and there's deployments and they're pulling into port and that's where you live, yes, that's good for the economy, but it does in fact also put a target in that area. Because honestly, nobody believes that the military, like going against cartel boats and the US military, is a fair match. And they know that. But the next best thing would be to do what? I'll let you guys think about that. Because if you want to get retaliation and you can't beat the enemy that you're facing head on, all right, which is more important, WAPA or healthcare or education or tourism? I'll go first. For me, first of all, I don't think that all of those things are equally important. I ain't gonna say which is which, but I think WAPA and healthcare they're the most immediate issues that need to be tackled like right now, right? As far as which one is important, like I've said before, I think it's healthcare because people are literally losing their lives. People have literally passed away at Wang Louis and hasn't even been seen. Like they're just waiting to be seen. That hasn't happened in our WAPA office as far as I'm aware. But yeah, what do you think? And as far as tourism, I don't think tourism is a high priority at all, because if you get the economy going and things are stable and locals are living life and enjoying things and carnival popping, tourists gonna come regardless. If they come in when things bad, they damn sure gonna come when things are great. So I ain't even worried about that. But what do you think, Neci?
Yeah, I agree with your, like, in terms of pressing matters, the hospital, because there's only one, so that is where everyone has to rely on that care. WAPA would be a very close second, because stable electricity is something that everyone has a right to. It's 2025, we're about to be 2026. I think that's, something we should definitely be progressing into. As well, of course, education. Education to me is a big issue, but it's more of like a globaler issue than just a USVI issue, because we follow the North America standard of education on the Department of Education. So whatever they're doing in the United States, it's what's being done here. And clearly it's not working there, so it's not working here. The No Child Left Behind Act has been the biggest act of leaving children behind I've ever seen created in my life. Absolutely. So that plays a bigger role that's outside of our immediate control. And again, like you said, tourism is a stable economy thrives on its own, and that's just something tourists can come and lavish or participate into. Not that they're the backbone of making it work. And so St. Croix and St. Thomas is very different. They have a very tourist-driven community that functions well for them based on that. St. Croix has not been that, because we've also always had Hovensa to rely on. There's no more Hovensa, so we're kind of in the, what does the self-sustaining look like for USVI now that that's not there? And it's no longer also a long-term solution too. So I think we're figuring out a few things, and it's kind of working. But there's things that impedes the way or impedes the progress of making it sustainable. So that's my order too. I agree with your order.
Now, before somebody says something, that is not to say that education is not important. All right.
Which is why I said it that way. Like, it's a bigger issue because we fall on the Department of Education, which is whatever they roll down in North America rolls down into us. That's why I specifically worded it that way.
Education.
We can't control that.
Important, correct. But there's too many strays for us to act like there has not been any children left behind. There's quite a few. And I heard a teacher has told me that, you know what? The children of the Virgin Islands are very smart. They are very intelligent, even compared to her experience with children in the States. The testing and stuff and like what they're able to do, it's not to say that our children are not bright. They are. So I want to put that out there also. All right. Siobhan says, having a convo where we are asked to choose. That's why we are here now. All resources been going to WAPA for 5 years, and look at where we are. No, it's definitely not an ideal conversation. I guess it's just the rhetorical thing. Like, if you in fact had to choose, which would you choose? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the conversation to where we're saying, hey, we need to choose, let's do this. It's more of if you had to, which at this point we can Virgin Islands government handle multiple tasks at once anyway? You know what I'm saying? Like, if we were to say, hey, we need to tackle them all, is that a doable thing for real?
I think it's very possible.
Here now, like, what do you think?
I think it's very possible. I think I think the technological advancement of the world has shown us that there are a lot of things that are definitely possible that can be implemented to make things work. Like, for example, like, I think it's Australia, one of those other, most of our other countries, they use glow in the dark roadside paint. They don't just paint strip the lines white. It's literally solar power. Like, I won't say solar power, but they glow in the dark. So it helps them from having to constantly replace those little lights that they put on the road, those reflective lights. The lines itself are reflective, so it helps you to drive better at night. So things like that they're doing. We've had cameras on our stoplights for ages. Are they being used for something? I could not tell you. Are they being used to monitor? Are we giving tickets to people? Yeah. Probably not. You know what I mean? But we have a very high accident count for the U.S. Virgin Islands, but yet we're not doing anything to improve traffic of this or to reduce this in a big way. And don't get me wrong, I'm saying this, but I'm not putting the blame on any one particular person. Like, everyone has their downfalls or short staff or whatever that may be to get things doing. But what I'm speaking of, that we have so much technology in the world now, and we get a lot of federal funding for things, but how are we making sure that we're utilizing it to the best and the longevity of the purpose or its intent of usage? Because I feel like those cameras should be automatic by now. Like, people should be getting tickets we should be getting tickets in the mail.
We're past that technology. We're
not even getting tickets in the mail. If people run like, that's not even happening. That's not even a thing here. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, is that we're so behind technological wise that it's crazy to me that it's very possible, because the technology that we're asking for isn't even what's currently being used. It's been used like 10 years ago.
Correct.
So we're that far behind.
Yeah, that's true. So Siobhan says, financially, WAPA was chosen. By whom? By the government, you're saying? And they started dumping money? That's what I'm assuming. Because you said all resources have been going to WAPA for 5 years, and look at where we are. And they still don't know what to do. So what would you choose? That's my question to you, Siobhan. What would you choose? Where would you divert funds? And you can't say to everything.
I mean, I see what she's meaning, because they actually converted WAPA from diesel to propane to make it more efficient, because diesel or propane is cheaper. Yet we're still in a deficit when it comes to to power and having stable power. And then the other day they had to go back to diesel for something because there was an issue with the propane supplier. So it's like, we spent all this money to convert to make it more efficient, but how is it becoming efficient?
They still haven't figured out the meters. Like, they went to smart meters, and that was the dumbest thing they ever did. Like, just put people back on the streets. What? Say that one more time. Oh, you whispering, my bad. You doing that on purpose?
For me? No, I didn't whisper.
You were really talking?
Yeah.
Say it. No.
I just tried to straighten my voice out today, and me doing that with you, because you're going to piss me off. That's what I said.
True. From link, because Siobhan shared a link in the comments, WAPA has received 1.768 billion and spent 1.25 billion of that total. That's another issue. You just send back millions and millions of dollars
all
to
the
the federal
time.
government all the time. Just how much is $1.8 billion? With a population of 85,000 and around 40,000 households, according to the 2020 census, this amounts to $45,000 to $50,000 per household, more than enough to have provided every single family in the USVI with solar power, backup batteries, and a generator. Dang! Woo! That's a sore spot in it. The Office of Management and Budget Analysis, David Sullivan. Woo! Woo!
Give me my solar panels, please. Thank you.
We can't even figure that out. Jesus. From what I understand, people could have solar powers and be completely off the grid and still have to pay WAPA. I don't know what is going on.
Because in order to feed in, you have to feed in the power into somewhere. So to feed in the power to WAPA, it's just a fee, like a connection fee, like that just maintains your account in order to be able to bank on the power usage that you're providing.
It's wild. Marcus, you had asked if Purvey Lawson is a private or a public school. It is a public school. It gets quite a bit of funding. All right. So yes. So we have some, I guess this is good news coming off of that previous topic. An open letter from hospital. Well, that's not the good news. This one is. The VI department, give me 1 second. Let me move this. The VI Department of Health is preparing to formally launch construction of a long-awaited public health facility on St. Croix, with a groundbreaking ceremony scheduled for 9 a.m. on Tuesday, December 16th at Estate Richmond. The project marks the start of construction on the Donna M. Christensen, MD, Health Center, which will replace the former Charles Harwood Memorial Complex. So we got some coming, groundbreaking coming. The former Charles Harwood Memorial Complex sustained catastrophic hurricane damage and was later deemed beyond repair by the Federal Emergency Management Agency. In 2022, federal funding was obligated for the full demolition and replacement of the facility. Demolition took place in phased operations between 2023 and 24, clearing the way for construction of the new health center. The facility is named in honor of Dr. Donna M. Christensen, a Virgin Islands physician and the first woman to serve as the U.S. Virgin Islands delegate to Congress. Commissioner Encarnacion noted the personal significance of the project. This moment is deeply meaningful, both personally and professionally, she said. The Charles Harwood campus shaped my early journey in healthcare. We are honoring that history while taking a decisive step forward, a stronger public health future for the people of the Virgin Islands. J. Benton Construction will be heading up that project. Oh, my solar panels. Yeah, yeah. So let me now, sans the net metering. Listen, man, I don't even know where they at with the smart meters anymore. I don't know what going on with that. I just know they messed up on the metering. They admitted they messed up on the smart metering. They put out a bid, and then they went back with the people who installed the smart meters before. That's VI logic for you. Itron is back on deck. The same people who they bought it from the first time. Listen, that's why the VI is scam central, man.
Listen, they did say when they're gonna have that project completed for Wangloi. I mean, for the who's gonna be called Donna Christian, the Donna Christian's Community Health Center, because they're renaming it. It's not gonna be Charles Howard anymore.
No, it's gonna be after Dr. Christensen. I did not see a time for completion.
Okay, for completion. Okay.
Yeah. Jessica, Derek, me too, because this ain't it. I don't still got the WAPA anyway. They could break ground till they have to start breaking water, save the funds for the RARA, and put it toward a quarterly update and a grand opening. I keep thinking of Paulie Joseph Stadium. How long ago they broke ground on that? But, yeah.
And I saw that yesterday, because they've moved the barricade in terms of what they were doing. And so usually that area is open for parking. And and I see that because I said that they put the boots them down and they're getting ready to open the village. Okay. And I'm like, are they gonna leave this like this with this because that eliminated a lot of parking space. I guess in their preparation to finish the stadium.
Yes.
And so it's not gonna be finished for Christmas, but
exactly. We have not forgotten that thing is supposed to be open for Christmas. Like apparently people can't see the stadium. Like you can't look at it. I don't, yo.
You can see the two peaks.
What was that? What are you doing over there, miss? You good? Were you gambling? And what are you doing? You play that gamble game right now at work? What are you doing?
No, I just said Jerica's comment. She said they could break ground till they stop breaking fast. It's Jerica's.
Let's hope, fingers crossed, that there will be a new health facility. Keep in mind that did not say hospital. Okay? Mm-hmm. Keep in mind that didn't say hospital. Don't tell nobody we said hospital, because we did not. A health facility. All right. It's invisible like John Cena. Yeah, man. Somebody waving a hand in front of Ollie Joseph. If this, come on, you don't ever think about, imagine you get something named after you, right? And this is the condition. The shame. Imagine the Jamali Old Douglas Stadium, and it's been done for 13 years. Take my name off. Erase my name off the stadium, man. The audacity. Can you imagine your name being synonymous with incomplete? Jesus Christ. All right, moving on to other VI news. So there was an incident Westgill had made the community aware of. They had let us know about a white Benz on the west end of St. Croix that was attacking people, that was hurting people, attempting to hurt people. But here's the VIPD with the latest update.
Good day to our Virgin Islands community. My name is Sergeant Kirk Felto. I am the commander of the Special Operations Bureau, St. Croix District. And I am here this morning to brief our community on a recent arrest that took place this morning at 11:39 of one Miss Cleo Taylor. Miss Cleo Taylor had been on an investigation for several incidents involving her white Mercedes-Benz. I am pleased this morning to advise our listening audience and our community that Miss Taylor was taken into custody at her residence based on a warrant from the Superior Court of the Virgin Islands at 11:39 this morning without incident. Ms. Taylor was charged with attempted murder in the first degree. She was also charged with assault in the first degree and simple assault and battery. We would like to thank the Virgin Islands community for all the help, all the information that was given based on all the different incidents that took place regarding Ms. Cleo Taylor and her vehicle. If it wasn't for the help of our VI community, all the information, all the tips, the phone calls, even with the personal conversation with police officers, this would have not happened without your guys' help. And we'd like to thank you.
First, wow, clap it up. Yay, they caught them. Let me get in one more. What took y'all so long? Damn.
Let me speak to that.
Okay, let's hear it.
Because I know I've been hearing it, I've been seeing it. Like, oh, they find a car, blah 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 blah. Why didn't arrest the woman? They blah blah blah.
Please.
So, based on reading the information, the car was identified as the car that was involved in the incident. However, there was not a witness to confirm the driver of the vehicle, and that is an important part because if you can't confirm who was driving, then you can't make charges stick. So arresting her because it's her vehicle without confirming or having someone identify it was her behind the wheel would only just lead to her immediate release once they arrested her, and they wanted to avoid that. So they took a little while to do some more digging to make sure they questioned a lot of people who was making reports. They were trying to gather a lot of footage from the different cameras of people who had footage of the vehicles and getting their cameras and putting it together to piece her route and seeing where she, to confirm the identity of the person. So it seems like the lady that was attacked, she was not, and I haven't seen an update because I have been busy working, so I have not been up to date on social media, but the last I saw, she wasn't able to confirm that it was her that attacked her on the roadway, which was a big hinder in getting her arrested. But it seemed like something worked out or pieced together, and there was some kind of confirmation made that they were able to get a judge to sign the warrant to get her arrested and to press charges for what happened. So I'm glad it worked out. I'm glad they waited. I know we didn't want that to happen, but now that they can make charges stick instead of being like released the same day for those things, I'm kind of glad it worked out that way.
And that's why she's the voice of reason, people. So thank you, Neci, for clarifying.
Well, I inquired about it with with individuals at VIPD just to be like, vaguely, why is there a holdup? I had a thought why, because I've worked for VIPD before, but I wanted to be sure that if my thought process was right. And so just very vaguely, they were like, they need to make sure that they have solid charges that can stick, that she can be prosecuted for. And so they were getting some confirmations done, and if they get confirmations, that they can proceed. So that's really what happened. They confirmed the vehicle, but I could get Jah my car and Jah get in an accident. Well, that means I'm supposed to go to jail. Jah was driving.
Yeah.
So things like that.
So the vehicle being registered is not enough, people. There you have it. Neci cleared that up. They want to make sure that they have all of the proper evidence and they had the right person. Jerica says, I understand lighting and angles, but is that really the same person?
Jerica, I had the same thought because her photo lineup picture and the one that was taken does not look the same. I don't know. The only thing I can't confirm is if the photo in the police bulletin is a recent picture or one that they had for something previously, because it does look like a very younger version of the person that was arrested, in my opinion. And she does look a little darker in the picture versus the person that was coming out of the vehicle. So I do have that initial thought too as well, Jerica. So I totally understand your question. I don't have the answer, but I totally understand your question.
I was wondering if it would have been a white woman, but apparently not. So they got her, Miss Cleo Taylor, and they have her on attempted murder and multiple other charges. All right. Marcus asked, what she do, try to run someone over? Yes, with her vehicle.
So there's a couple, I don't know if they listed out her charges individually, Marcus, but there's an incident where she parked her vehicle, attempted murder charge because she parked her vehicle. She came out of her vehicle. She intentionally attacked a person, went back in her vehicle, and drove out. Now, there has been some other reports of some nearby miss hit and run misses, where she was trying to hit people with her vehicle and she missed. There was also speculation that she might be the same person that hit the young man that was riding his bicycle on the Crucian Rum Road that had some serious injuries. No confirmation if that's true or not, because this, once that story starts, the speculations and rumors start. So it's also speculated that she was the one that did that incident as well. I don't know for sure. So I think that's why they were kind of like really trying to piece as much of it together.
Yeah. So kudos to them. Thank you, VIPD. You got her. You got your lady. She's off the streets. So that is one less thing to worry about for the people in West. All right. Yeah. Thank you for clearing that up. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you, Neci, for clearing that up. You did look into it. So big up. Big up. I saw the video of the attack. That was very crazy. I actually did not look into it because I didn't want to I don't get enough negative stuff on my mind. I didn't want to go deeper into that. I seen the lady's face and how much damage she had done, and I was like, man, let me not even.
Because she hit her with an object, and she hit her with an object. She didn't hit her with her fist.
So the car wasn't enough.
She didn't hit her with her car. She parked the car,
To get out.
And get out and hit the lady. She repeatedly hit her with an object and then ran back in her car and drove away.
She might be mentally ill. She's very. Guess we'll find out. We hope we'll find out, because so we could find out what is going on. And if she is, that's another major issue that needs to be tackled in our community. Mental health. All right. And we had a special request from Darren. Apparently he didn't come here today. But remember, he wanted to hear about Martinez and O'Neill.
Okay, yes.
Breaking: Martinez and O'Neill found guilty on all counts after landmark corruption trial in St. Thomas. The federal corruption trial that has gripped the U.S. Virgin Islands reached a landmark conclusion Thursday afternoon, as a jury found former police commissioner Ray Martinez, that's him, former police commissioner Ray Martinez,
in the gray suit,
and former Office of Management and Budget Director Jennifer O'Neill.
Also,
in the gray suit. Are they matched? Okay. Guilty on all counts, convicting two of the territory's most powerful former public officials of a sweeping scheme that prosecutors said walked into corruption willfully. That's a hell of a statement, ain't it? Walked into corruption willfully. I've never heard it put that way, but I like that. The verdict came just hours after jurors began deliberating at 8:30 a.m., making a decisive end to a case built on months of investigative work, thousands of recorded calls, financial tracing, and testimony from cooperating witness David Whitaker, who is also under investigation, am I right? Whose dealings with both defendants formed the core of the government's case. The government going up against the government. The decision delivered the accountability prosecutors argued the law required when public officials betray the people they serve, and punctuated a trial that showcased starkly different portrayals of the same evidence. One depicting calculated abuse of office for personal gain, and the other insisting on legitimate business arrangements, bureaucratic delays, and the unreliability of a witness with a history of fraud. You see how all this stuff comes together? You see how, like, Paulie Joseph Stadium, the medical center, all this other stuff. And now you see the problems with the Virgin Islands and how it's all tied together. Martinez, who faced 10 counts in total, was convicted of every charge, including 5 counts of honest service wire fraud, counts 1 through 5, bribery concerning programs receiving federal funds, count 6, money laundering conspiracy, count, and 2 obstruction counts tied to efforts prosecutors said were meant to destroy evidence and fabricate a cover story, counts 9 and 10. O'Neill, who faced honest services wire fraud, counts 4 and 5, money laundering conspiracy, and bribery concerning programs receiving federal funds, count 7, was also convicted on all charges. More soon. Yeah.
I will say, Jah, like, honestly, the governor, the government, the legislative government, all of it, they really need to have a serious come to Jesus, because it is abundantly clear continually that it is significant. It is super easy to steal money from the government, and it needs to have a come to Jesus about it and how they're going to really make a stop to it. People that steal money, but the consecutive nature of how people in the budget steal money, to me, just running the platform, I can get a job done by 5% on the side of every project I finish. I would vote for you.
Thank you.
Because I know you give me your 5%.
See that? See that? It ain't so much the corruption. It's the fact that you still ain't doing the job.
But this has been happening before I could vote. That I've been hearing of corruption in the government, people stealing money. Every election cycle, there is someone who is caught stealing money. It is way too easy, which means that there's significant gaps and loophole in our financial system that people are easily able to access and defraud the government. There is a huge problem.
And lack of oversight.
I can't see that penny from my job. Not that I want to. I'm just saying it is significantly difficult to even steal a penny.
And certain safeguards just create a valid deterrent. It don't really be taking a lot to stop somebody from thieving it. Not really. You know what I'm saying? Like the reason why you have a locked door and you want an area to be lighted is to be a deterrent. It doesn't mean that it will completely stop. No, but it will stop some people at least. It won't look easy. But the current government system, like Neci is saying, it looks like it's way too easy. Because you find one, you find the door.
The lock is on the door, but the door ain't in a frame. Just connected to nothing.
Just one piece of fence. Then for the rest.
It's just a door with a lock. That ain't in a frame. That ain't in a concrete. Ain't in a concrete structure.
Me and Gentleman Style were having a conversation, and this is one of the things I was trying to explain to him, right? Or I've tried to explain to people, period. The thing with trying to change a system, you yourself cannot do it. The odds of you changing an entire system that's structured a certain way where you think it's structured wrong, when in fact it's actually structured that way for the people to profit off of it, you coming in with your bright-eyed and bushy-tailed self, coming in thinking you're going to change the world, chances are you will not. You're going to either quit, adjust to the system and become a part of it, or you're going to be bullied for the rest of your life. To think you have to do it in a community in droves, because these systems that are in place did not just come out of nowhere. It took time to build them. That's when you hear about good old boy system and stuff like that. It didn't just start. They decided to run it this way. So you can't just decide that you're going to change it, because they've also implemented ways to stop people from being able to change it. She served on both the hospital and WAPA boards. Just let that sit with you, man. Listen. And this double dipping thing with WAPA, the government, Wang Louis, the government, like where nothing is truly private. Do we not understand that's an issue? Are we not seeing that that is an issue? That you work here, but you also have, you on a committee or a board for this thing, and you, oh God. Oh, I tell you. I'd still like to try it. It's called hope. Oh, you fool of a took. Hope is cool enough, but action is better. I'm not saying don't hope enough, but put the action in place. Strategize. Strategize in order to change it. You need a group. If it's a system, there's a group of people in place that do not want this system to change. You also have to have a group in order to get it to change. Like how people say, just vote. It don't matter who. That lacks foresight. You need to get a group of people to vote in order to make the substantive change, not just you. That's why Black people need their own caucus and stuff like that, but I ain't ready for that conversation. I stupid enough, but a little revolutionary. Wow, what do you got?
We primarily Black here, like, listen.
But everybody to vote however they want to vote. They're voting based on popularity, or that's my friend, or we went to school together. Don't know the person's platform and stuff like that. That's not strategy. There are legitimate stories of people getting together in a community to like overthrow like white supremacist rule in areas like small areas in Mississippi and stuff like that. But they had to come together. Jerica, her makeup brush is a magic wand, my son. What are we talking about? Why miss?
That's how she'd take the money. She'd get her makeup brush and she'd be like, biggity babbity boo, and then money that began.
I can't even say that. I don't know if I.
You see the makeup brush was handy just now. I didn't even know Jerica's gonna talk about makeup brush. I just had one handy in this particular moment.
That's what's up. Magic. It just happened to your hand. You know who else? Somebody in government got a magic pen too. That when it'll write stuff and sign contracts and they'll forget that they even did it. They have magic pens also. They're ready to burn it down like Queen Mary. No. Neci don't change course and that there with me. That's why I should vote number 66. She don't talk me out of that there, and she's right. After we burn it down, we're gonna build it back. I'm just saying, after we burn it down, we're gonna build it back. Because are you ready to get angry and become a bunch of guided missiles with no GPS and just attack everything? But then what?
Yeah, because they're gonna be out there with their phone, selfie, and recording it with their touch and thing. And in the minute the fire done, they ain't got no water to out the fire.
Exactly.
They ain't coming to clean up them. They ain't coming to the rebuild meeting. They ain't coming to give no input, no environmental studies, start the new board, build a stronger foundation, create a structure that is impenetrable, that people can't just come and overthrow, make sure this don't ever happen again. No, it's once my video post that I was there marching and the fire burned, I go.
I got my views. We good. Somebody else figure it out.
Yeah.
We have to strategize, people. There has to be a real strategy and like years out. You know what I'm saying? Like after slavery, there was a Reconstruction era. It wasn't the Reconstruction week. You check what I'm saying? Like it takes time to build. First of all, you don't burn where you live, especially if you can't swim. And a lot of that you need to learn how to swim because you're surrounded by water. So that's another thing. Life skills, people. Simple things like that I ain't planning for. I ain't planning to swim.
They're not ready for it. That's what I said. They're not ready for they're not ready for no real fireball.
You know what really let me know that VI people ain't ready for that type of action for real? When they were protesting WAPA and only like 2 or 3 men were out there. Because WAPA been taking it from the back with no Vaseline for how long?
My thing is, going out on the roadside with a sign to protest WAPA is not effective.
There you go.
If none of we pay our WAPA bill for 3 months, is effective.
Well, you ain't ready to sacrifice like that, are you? Even though you're in the dark, you still don't want to be in the dark.
If we collectively say we pay WAPA, no residential customer is going to pay WAPA for the next 3 months. That is where you create impact. When you could make dollars and cents. Now, I don't say that lightly because that also impacts the workers of WAPA who are residents of the territory.
Exactly.
But we all have to sacrifice to make a drastic change and get an efficient, effective, and long-term solution. We can't keep working like this. They can't keep working like that. Like those guys got called in last week Sunday to come into work to get the power restored. And look how long it took. And I mean, that's their job. But it also impacted their homes that they left in. Like they leave, they go to AC, to whatever. So they didn't have power too. So it's not like they're out there working on a project, taking their time because it doesn't affect them. Of course it affects them. It affects their parents and their loved ones as well. So I don't say it like they're not impacted as well. But we got to, if you want to make real, we got to make real sacrifice.
Hey, that's why I keep trying to tell her, right? Vote 66 in the next upcoming election. Because Neci for Senate, you hear me? That's why I said that. I think it's a joke. She's the woman with a plan. She has an actual plan. I don't have one. I'm just good at talking about getting planned. So I could energize the crowd. You check, and I could get her on task, but she could come up with the tasks, the individual checklist. She got that.
I have so many ways you can impact change in WAPA.
But that's where it starts. But they are not ready to be in the dark. They're not ready to take that. They're not ready to do that. And it's like, what could they do to you if you don't pay the bill? And that's not to say that every single person on the island needs to be on board either. Sometimes it's a Harriet Tubman decision. You could stay on the plantation. You could stay there. Ain't gonna be
probably just need a good 60%.
You could stay on the plantation, but it ain't gonna be there much longer. On a serious note, until we really get sick and tired, we're gonna be like them people taking bus checks and staying in toxic and abusive relationships. The thing about toxic and abusive relationships, while you're alive, chances are, or unless you get really hurt, there's always a chance that you can leave. There's always time to leave. I don't think it's the same way with, this type of issue. Because there comes a point where there's a point of no return. And it's too far gone to save. Take a page out of Nepal's book. We're going to take out the people and rebuild anything damaged in the process. Jerica said, I could swim. I'm marked safe already. If I can't swim, I know a guy. You know what I'm saying? I could suggest. What is effective, Neci? What should we do? I think you covered that, didn't you? I think you covered that.
Yeah, I think we're kind of reading, yeah.
While that same protest was going on, they had the billions going in. Largest cash infusion they ever had.
Exactly.
And way to go.
Exactly.
Way to go.
An ineffective protest. Not that, and I'm not saying that the person who was protesting that it shouldn't, because there's multiple things that can happen to draw attention, to draw change. But that alone on its own is not self-sustaining.
So thank you for them for that energy, because that type of energy is what we need. Y'all did nothing wrong. We just need that and. You know what I'm saying? We need that and a strategy. We need that and other people to be working on the inside. There's a lot of ands that need to be put in place. But WAPA is such a colossal failure. I don't even think just protesting and not paying for a couple of months will solve it. A whole new entity has to take over. I think the not paying for a couple months will initiate a chain reaction, though. You get what I'm saying? Like, because they're not completely insolvent, but 60% of the place not paying, it will push something. They gotta change something seriously. That's the thing. Until they're in a position where we have to make the change now or we're done, like, sometimes you gotta back people into the economy. Are you ready to be in the dark, Neci? She was in the dark last Sunday. Where were you?
Out here with my prop light and my battery. Like, I had all the window, the curtain, and like don't take it the best sun. Where really were you? See how I walked to be on this show last week?
Yeah, he wasn't. Leave the island. That's his thing. He was talking about people should leave the island and take their tax money with them. What do you think about that?
I think if people want to leave, they should leave. But leaving doesn't mean that you're going to live a better life. I can tell you that much. And I'm not saying that you won't live a better life. It's a gamble no matter where you go and no matter the situation. People have their reasons for staying. Some people love home, love the land, love to be connected to their culture, and they want to stay, and that's absolutely perfectly fine. Some people live to better their lives, and some people do. I know a lot of people who live to better their life, and their life ain't better, but they made an effort to try to make an improvement, and they should be able to do that. People leave and come back all the time. Some people go and they stay. Life is not just about being stationary, and also you don't have to be here physically to be impactful to the change you want to see at home. So you can leave and go and be abroad, but make sure you're staying connected to your home and your roots, and being a part of organizations and things that are making true impact that you can see, feel, touch, and is dear to your heart, because that's what should happen. So when you do come home, you're not wandering around because you don't know what the hell happened because you weren't staying connected. That's all I'm saying.
Darren says we got to stop waiting for the feds to do the work. We got to hold our people accountable and prosecute our monsters who are actually traitors and treasonous people and not our friends. For me, the reason why I say the feds need to step in is because the people can't go through the system that the government is using to prosecute the system. Like, you gotta go over their heads. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is one of those let me see your manager type of vibes that sometimes you have to do that to at least initiate things. The people could do stuff, right? But at this point, you would need some sort of oversight, and it needs to be a chain reaction. What do I mean by that? Something needs to be the catalyst to spark everything else.
Mm-hmm.
The people doing it, there's only certain ways that the people can do something that are non-violent. And honestly, I think we'd prefer for it to start with Fed oversight and cases and stuff like what we're seeing with the OMB director and former police commissioner. Stuff like that is what needs to start happening to at least put some fear into these people for real at first. You get what I'm saying?
I hear you, but I don't agree with you 100%. And the reason I say that is, I think if you look into what a federal oversight looks like, if they come, that's like it's like deploying the National Guard coming to take over in your city. If that makes sense, like they're not trained to do that on a city. They're trained to. They have a different level of training that they adhere to, not what's done in your city. So sometimes it's tunnel vision, and it could create an effective change, but they will create gaps. And so while the government does need to be people, I feel like this year and last year, honestly, with a lot of the cases that have been coming to light about corruption and theft have been being prosecuted, people have been finding guilty. This is the most I've seen these cases be prosecuted and people being held accountable. So I will say that we're already headed in that direction of accountability for people who are using the government fraudulently. This is the first I've seen it happening consistently, and they're really working to do that. So I will give them that much. But when they come in to take over, federal is really considered federal funds. They don't care about your local government funds, right? And so in an instance like that, if you put them over your federal control, it is very hard to retain back your local control. So you no longer have that also. So you're giving up a big chunk of what you can locally do because they're going to manage it on a federal level. And they don't consider the things that we consider. Like, they might say, okay, well, we don't need funds for carnival because that's being wasted or whatever. Let's repurpose it, because they don't see the value in having festival and carnival and having food fair. They don't see the value in those things. They're just looking at dollars and cents as an example. Okay. And so we could get a better structure, but if they don't come and do training to manage to maintain, which is the other problem with them taking over, is they just want to take over and run it. They're not training you to manage this once I take it over and get in a good place to continue forward on without us.
Yes.
And so there's a gamble.
So no, I'm not advocating for a federal takeover. I'm advocating for for the oversight. You know what I'm saying? More of like,
they do oversight for federal funds, but not for the like these things are kind of local, so they don't have federal oversight.
Who initiated, or what agency initiated what's going on with Martinez and O'Neill?
I'd have to look, and I don't recall because that case happened a while ago, so it's just kind of coming. So
that's what I want more of. I want to see more of that.
Like the plywood, the case with the plywood, that's a federal case.
Yeah, and there's a lot of FEMA monies that need to be investigated too. Like the wood, wasn't that FEMA money with the
federal. So it's a federal case. It's
that's what I'm
federal,
saying. Yeah. They're mismanaging. And
one thing FEMA gonna do, they're gonna give you money in disasters because you need it, but they coming back to find out where you spend every blood clot penny.
As they should.
So it look good now, you're doing, but they're gonna be like, okay, it's been 3-4 years. We could start auditing these people over here because they should kind of be averaging out back into the normalcy from the disaster that they experienced. Let's go find out where our money's went. That's what's gonna happen.
Neci for delegate to Congress. There's a good one. I like that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can just hang up on this late. And even though my service didn't go on, I just lag off.
We are the problem and the solution. I agree with you. I agree that the people need to empower themselves. I do absolutely agree with you. I think all those nurses at Wang F. Louis aren't gambling. What part of the world they don't need nurses and earn a good living? Can you explain that a little bit? We are the problem and the solution. What do you suggest, Darren? Where do you suggest we start? We gotta stop waiting for the feds. When you say that there, right? Where do you suggest the people start? Let's go with that. In the meantime, we gonna keep it moving. We gonna take it to Big Orange himself. U.S. steps up campaign against Maduro and seizing tanker off Venezuela. This just happened this week. Seizure comes as the United States builds up its forces in the Caribbean as part of a campaign against President Nicolas Maduro of Venezuela. Y'all know what Venezuela got plenty of. Oil, baby. Drill, baby, drill. The United States seized an oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela on Wednesday, a dramatic escalation in President Trump's pressure campaign against Nicolas Maduro, the leader of Venezuela, speaking at the White House before an event on a new luxury visa program. Hey, that man said, pay me $1 million, U.S. citizen. Speaking at the White House before an event on a new luxury visa program, Mr. Trump announced the operation and said it was a large tanker, very large. You know how very eloquent the president is, adding without elaboration that other things are happening. When asked about the ship's oil, Mr. Trump said, well, we keep it, I guess. He declined to say who owned the tanker. It was seized for a very good reason, he added. Oh man, he's so good with his words. In a statement, Venezuela's government called the seizure a barefaced robbery and an act of international piracy aimed at stripping the country of its oil wealth. If you have an argument against this, please tell us in the comments. If you have an argument, that's what this one said.
I don't even want to hear it if they do, because that's I mean, basic comprehension no longer exists. There's no longer validity to comprehension. Basic, like learning your primary basic colors and learning your 1 to 10 numbers. That's like telling me you don't know your 1 to 10 and your primary 8 colors. That's what you're really telling me.
Besides Neci shaming you out of saying it, please tell us in the comments if you have an argument against what is being said, as this is being labeled as a barefaced robbery and an act of international piracy aimed at stripping the country of its oil wealth. If you have an argument against it, please let us know in the comments, because I want to hear the counter arguments for real, for real. Stop skinning and grinning with people who they're from, who thief from us, and start shaming them. That's a start. We don't do that. We don't do that. The operation was the latest tactic in an expanding effort to squeeze Venezuela and pressure Mr. Maduro. Listen, Maduro is not a saint. He's not an angel. Just to put that out there. Also, we're not advocating for Maduro either. The Trump administration has accused him of running a narco-terrorist cartel sending drugs to the United States, although many current and former officials in Washington say the campaign is ultimately aimed at regime change. Since September, the United States has launched more than 22 known strikes against boats in the region, killing more than 80 people. The Trump administration insists, without publicly providing evidence, that the boats are smuggling drugs. Legal experts say the strikes may violate international law. Well, duh. Attorney General Pam Bondi posted a video on Wednesday evening on social media showing armed U.S. forces rappelling from a helicopter onto the deck of the tanker. The video could not be independently verified. Ms. Bondi said the operation included the FBI, Department of Homeland Security, and the Coast Guard, supported by the Pentagon. Damn. That many agencies taking ships? She said the tanker had been used to transport sanctioned oil from Venezuela and Iran. The U.S. officials said they expected additional seizures in the coming weeks as part of the administration's efforts to weaken Mr. Maduro's government by undermining its oil market. It is very clear to anyone who has lived long enough to know what a regime change looks like that this is its assignment. This is the assignment. Regime change and putting somebody in power in place of Maduro that will give us good, juicy oil at a damn good price. Tara says, I have no counter argument. No contrarianism from me. Oh yeah? This a fuss? You ain't got nothing to that? Yeah, I mean, what more you need to see? This is pretty evident. You took a whole oil tanker and say you're going to take more? This is an act of, anyway, this is an act of you know what. of many, because he's been committing those for the last month or 2 or 3. No comments on this one?
It's the longest 4 years of my life.
Tell you feel like 12 years a slave. So yeah, that's what's going on with Venezuela right now. He is planning to seize more oil tankers, and I think it was last week we showed you that he's also planning land assaults. Man, if that ain't war, I don't know what is. All right, so now to trending topics. We're gonna shift gears to some trending topics right now. Guys, please learn some penis discipline, right? That it's very important, because as we've seen with Shannon Sharp and this latest head of Michigan, former head of Michigan coach, please, dick discipline. We need to learn it. This man has lost a potential $30 million contract, and he's also in jail now. I know that ain't fire, but Jesus. Michigan's head football coach, Sharon Moore, was fired in December after a university investigation found credible evidence of an inappropriate relationship with a staff member, his executive assistant. You know, they love those. Tiger Woods is another one. He can't keep his hands off of his assistants. Hey. Followed by his arrest on home invasion, stalking, and breaking and entering charges related to an alleged assault of this same woman that he was creeping with.
Then you know it's good when you're working out them charges like that.
The son? How many charges? That 4 or 5? He gonna come in to get her. Break up with me? No. Ooh. Leading to an ongoing police investigation and his dismissal for cause, the athletic department is now under scrutiny with a broader investigation into its culture and handling of scandals, per ESPN. So not only is he in trouble, not only is he currently in jail in Michigan, now they're investigating the whole damn department.
Man was selling, giving out season tickets for foursomes. What are you talking about?
I don't know if that's as scandalous as a married man with 3 daughters, like losing his mind over his executive assistant and giving up a $30 million contract, though, man. But we have the video. I'll let the news people tell you what's going on.
Well, Sharon Moore remains in the Washtenaw County Jail tonight and is set to be arraigned on Friday. He still hasn't been formally charged with anything, but was detained after the incident near Michigan's football headquarters at a local apartment complex where there was reports of an assault. There was reports that he was threatening somebody else, but also posing a threat to himself. And so he was obviously taken into custody, and he remains there for a second night since being fired as Michigan's coach.
What more do we know now about what actually led up to him being fired when he was?
Right, so sources told me that Michigan had been looking into an allegation involving Sharon Moore, a conduct allegation, even during the season, but as of mid to late November, had not found sufficient evidence to take any action against him from an employment perspective. But that investigation.
He has since been charged with multiple misdemeanor charges and is currently, as of this reporting, is currently behind bars in Michigan. All right.
Mine's your breakup with he today. I went to the office tomorrow to report his son.
He couldn't wait to get to the house. Mine's playing in the snow in the blizzard. Nancy, hey, leave them white women alone.
Maybe y'all fall in love. You leaving she? I'm leaving my wife. Bet.
So what? He just flipped out.
She broke up with him, but she broke up with him and I reported him the next day to the university. But my thing is, I feel like she was like, so when are you gonna leave your wife? And he's like, no, I can't. It's not a good time right now. She said, bet.
there is rumors spreading in the rumor mill. According to the grapevine, it was because she was in fact pregnant. Yes, and so is his wife. So he love him. He love him.
My only thing is, I feel like she should be charged too, or fired from the university too for her misconduct, because the clause doesn't say it's superior to. It says there is none across the board. So the fact that she should be charged, or you're not charged, but terminated from the university as well, because she willingly participated in this relationship with him, knowing what the rules were that she signed up for too as well. That's my only 2 cents about it. Wherever he's getting to, may his cards fall where they may. I ain't getting a penny of the 30 million, so I really don't care. They don't learn, Shannon ain't learn, he ain't learn, and they gonna have another one after he can analyze man no friggin' learn. They don't learn.
That's true. Yeah, big up the request for accountability, because you're right. Why isn't she being held responsible? Because it was consensual and it was a relationship. It wasn't even a one-time thing.
Yes.
She consented. She knew his status, I'm
she
sure.
She terminated as well, because you terminated him because of the clause of not being in relationships with individuals on the staff. Cool. She should be the same.
Why be at her house though? There are rumors, because the local police are very tight-lipped on this investigation, but there are reports and rumors going around that he went to the house to unalive her and himself. So when I tell you that thing that was good, talking about off the bone tendonism, you hear me?
Ooh! I didn't show my glass. I didn't make glasses. I ain't trying my glasses, but ooh!
Oh, you can't be like them though. You can't be like them other.
I mean, I have spirits, but them things valuable to me.
Yeah, tendonism. So we gonna wait for everything to come out, but as of right now, don't quote us, but the rumor is that she was pregnant and he was going there to unalive them both. All right.
You want unaliving your sperm on your point is never mind, John. Let's go to the next topic. Never mind.
This is definitely the biggest fumble of the year. Lose your freedom, job, and millions of dollars for fun when you married.
Shannon own a bigger.
Even though he ain't married, he's single and all of that, yeah, he lost. He lost way more money.
No, this is bigger because Shannon only spent 20 to 30, so this is more money.
Remember, he lost a contract. He was bidding for 100 million or something. Remember?
But he didn't actually get it. If he got it and he lost it, that's different. But if he had the money and then he lose it, but he didn't win it. So
okay.
I'm gonna let that negate, that legality slide.
All right. Because he didn't have it yet. I don't.
No, he didn't sign off on that contract that he got it. It was in discussions, but it was not a finalized agreement.
Okay.
Now, if he had finalized that.
All right. And in world news, sorry with the back-to-back bad news. I guess that wasn't our business, but still, sorry with the back-to-back bad news. But technically, this is good news. There was a mass pew-pewing in Sydney, Australia, and this is a clip of a bystander disarming the pew-pewer.
Oh! Oh mon gros! Oh! Mais il y a son pote, il va se faire tirer dessus. Il est trop con le mec qui a l'arme. Le mec est hyper courageux. Oh.
Well done, sir. Well done. Now, several people were pew-pewed during this. However, it could have been more. And this man stepped in, took care of business.
11 deceased, 29 injured.
Jesus, that's a lot. So that gotta make this the biggest one in Australia, because they don't. No
They don't
one
have them
but
that
America.
often.
Huh?
They don't have them that often at all.
That's what I'm saying. No other country. We are number one in these. We have the market cornered. I'll say that. But yeah, so prayers, condolences to those that lost family members. But shout out to this guy for what he did, stepping in. That's amazing bravery. And right into this viral moment of the complete opposite of bravery. What would you do if your husband ran off?
Before you played that, did you see that Brown University had it had a PPU as well?
When?
This like Friday.
No.
The kids were in the middle of exams.
Damn. Did he disarm the man? Well, he put him on the ground. He put the gun down. He put the weapon down after he was done subdued. So yeah. This censorship, I don't like it. The censorship where I can't say words. I don't like it. But yeah, afterwards. Now, on to this viral moment of this husband doing the complete opposite when his woman was attacked overseas.
Viral security footage captured on December 6th shows the terrifying moment a woman was forced to fight off a knife-wielding mugger after her much taller male companion chose to step back and hide behind a wall. In a move he's now unfortunately paying for with internet infamy. The pair of American tourists were walking down the street on vacation in Colombia when the armed attacker suddenly approached them, lunging at the woman trying to steal her phone, according to Newsflash. A man passing by on a motorcycle is then seen doing what her companion failed to do, jumping into action to help the woman. The passerby hopped off his bike and hit the mugger in the head with his helmet. A few other people passing by also jumped in to help fight the mugger off in a dramatic struggle. Only once the thief was subdued is her companion seen managing to make his way out from behind the wall to comfort the woman. This now viral clip has sent shockwaves through the internet, with many criticizing the man's decision not to help his female companion.
That's why peeking out from behind the wall is killing me. Oh my God. Yo, know who you're traveling with. People, know who you're traveling with. What would you do if you're with your male companion and he hides behind the wall and then peeks out? Oh my God. What would be
that would have
next?
been the last time he could have put you and me in the same sentence, because we would have not been together after that moment. And here's my thing is, I'm not even upset about his initial response to move out of the space, because the guy kind of popped up on them. When somebody surprises you, you don't know how you're going to respond. Sometimes you think you know and you don't know. So he was shocked. But at no point did he catch himself to come back and get his girl. He was behind the wall. Now, if she knows she signed up for, that's what she signed up for. But that's not why I signed up for. He got to go. We couldn't share a bed again after that.
I don't think, even if you signed up for it, after something like that happened, I don't think she could look at you the same after that. I don't care who she is, how forgiving or whatever. I just can't see it. Were they in a relationship? The reports are just her male companion. If they were, they're not no more. But
listen, I'd have been back to the hotel and he'd have gone to the room and I wouldn't have been there. I have my own room now. I have my own room. I have my pet's money. I don't want to put all my pet's money. I have my own room.
The good part about this, she did get help by other random males. Thank God. So we can't just I know y'all love to like, oh man, you see, man don't protect them. That's not true, because one man hid behind the wall and then others came who didn't even know her and help. So that's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
But it's not
kudos
funny.
to those other men.
But it's not funny, but it's funny, man. Like him peeking out while they handling business is crazy. Oh man. So that's your little viral moment, your viral clip. Getting blanked for a friend? What? You think that's far out because they're not being intimate? So if it was two male friends, you ain't gonna help your male friend?
I don't know. It don't matter what the relationship is, that we're there together on a vacation, sightseeing. I couldn't watch and just watch my friend being stabbed or hurt. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. Friend, girlfriend, whatever. Y'all travel to another country together. Come on, man. Okay. Let me be a contrarian here. Now, disclaimer, I wouldn't do it, but what if he has PTSD? He needs to stay home. I mean, do people with PTSD peek out from behind the wall? Like, I don't know the prescription or whatever, but yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. If he has PTSD, I don't know what to tell him, but what I know, he might end up going home alone. I know that.
Might?
He don't need to go abroad no more. Now, on to another big topic that we got going on right now in not just America, but the world, right? Is AI and robotics. I am a big fan of The Matrix, Terminator movies, iRobot, all of those, right? But it seems that we are not learning a damn thing. We haven't learned nothing. They told us what was going to happen if we let these things become sentient and everything. And they're not even making these robots to do anything I deem as useful. Look at what China is over here doing. Please. Why are we training them? So
what's the Hugh Jackman movie where he and his son were fighting robots in the run?
What is it? Something Steel or something?
Real Steel? Is it Real Steel?
Yeah. But we done skipped over the useful part and gone straight to that.
Yeah.
They can't be cleaning up a landfill or, you know what I mean? Like, we got straight to the real steel part of robots. We done training them how to. Why? And you see how crisp them combos were? We should be afraid. Why are we doing this?
Because we can, I guess.
I don't think China is going to win the race in AI robotics, really. This ain't proof that they're already ahead of us.
That's crazy talk.
This ain't proof that they're ahead of us. We don't have any robots that are moving like this. Not Tesla, not nobody. Not nobody in America that I know of.
They're pulling away more cars off the road right now. We ain't ahead nowhere.
I was telling him about the Waymo cars too. This man, we're not winning no AI, nothing. Dude, I can't think of. So just entertainment, that's the route that we're going with. You can't make me believe this doesn't, like, they're not training them for war too, though.
It don't cross my mind long time. As the video started.
I'm not sparring with it. I ain't sparring with no robot. There should be no expectancy of a fair fight if a robot square up on you. I'm pulling that thing. You see what? Remember in iRobot when they were coming after him and that father pull out that. Tesla's robots could dance. They don't even do that right. Did you not see how crisp the kick was? You sure that, man? Look, I ain't debating you, brother. Am I sure that the robot was AI? Was that a real video? There is a video out with the CEO, the person in charge of creating the robot.
In the pants.
He got kicked dead in his stomach, kicked down by his own robot. That's where we are already. You asked me about this, yeah? The robot is not installed to not harm humans. You asked me about that? That ain't that one of the 3 laws that was in iRobot and they still mess around and start murking people? You asking me about this one? Do you not understand the robot kicked his creator in the chest? You ain't hearing me. I thought that was one of the 3 laws we were supposed to install first and foremost before we put the gloves on them. Do not harm humans. Are we training them how to and where? I don't like it. That's all I say. I don't like it one bit. I don't like where it's going. We moving too fast. I was very confident when I saw that Will Smith's eating spaghetti video a couple years ago. I was very confident that we were good. It would be some years. But now, oh man, we in trouble. That's all I want to say there. And we got one more viral clip for you before we head out for the day, because I'm starving. Now, this clip has been getting a lot of traction, and some people think that this is the woman that all men need. Some people are saying that she's very deep and all of this stuff. Personally, I think she's cuckoo, and I could not tolerate these type of answers and questions and stuff. Personally, I see the red flags. I want to see what y'all think. We're going to play this other viral clip from Pop the Balloon. See where y'all head is.
So what does your initial first date look like with a man?
My initial first date is asking him where he wants to bring me. And daytime, is he a planner? So I will know kind of where he's at and what he has in store and what type of life I would be walking into. So my initial first date would be up to the man.
Yeah, okay. Well, I wasn't saying like plan, like what type of stuff would you like to do on the first date, as far as, are you into?
I want to do what he wants to do.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm there to learn him, and I'm there to know him.
But he got to learn you too, though.
And he'll learn me when I walk into his world.
Okay. God damn. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But walk into my world first. Mm-hmm. I'm not providing a world for you. So
not at all.
My world really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It matters to the extent of what have I cultivated?
Yeah.
Have I nurtured my world? Where can my world take him, right? Mm-hmm. When I enter his world. So that's why I won't present the preconceived notion of what I want to do, because he might show me something new, and now I just limited myself to what I'm already exposed to, and I never gave him a chance to step me into his world. So
damn, okay. Can we bring her up here or what?
Look at the rest of the chickens just agreeing. Yeah, girl. Okay, what do you think? Her dress match the flag color. Why you think she's a red flag, Darren? Tell me. There's too many worlds going on. She's definitely from Venus. Go ahead.
I think she made a couple good points that I want to, like, she wants to know what type of person he is. And while I don't doubt that she knows what kind of date she wants to be on, because a man could plan a date that you want for you and you like it, but is that who he is? And then you get him 4 months in a row and he taking you to wish for you want to go no more, and he's like, oh, because he was just doing it for you. It's not who he is. And so her saying, like, I want to do what you want to do to see how you plan a date, and are you a planner? Because most girls don't date planners. They kind of guys usually go with the flow. And so I like that she was trying to tap in that aspect. I was trying to see who he is. But when she kind of got her off into she want to step into his world because her world don't matter. She could have ended earlier and should have been perfectly fine.
Yeah, it was a lot, and they were very impressed. And personally, I think there was that for me. That was a lot of word soup. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like she was saying a lot. You could have very well articulated yourself in a more concise, clear. He can't misunderstand me. You know what I'm saying? Way. And for me, flowery language, talking like that is a turn off for me. If you want me to understand you, speak in a way that I can understand you. Don't talk in something that sounds good. If I ask you, where would you like to eat? Don't come back with, I want something that will enrich my soul. I'm looking for something that will make my spirit dance. Girl, do you want to go Italian or Chinese? Like, I don't need to hear all that. And she seemed like that will be how the interactions will go. And that can, it's cute, but it can get exhausting. Like them other girls were impressed, but keep in mind, you're not there to date them. Talk to people the way that they would understand. Like all that, when I come to your world, my world doesn't matter, and all that extra. Girl.
He understood it, Jah. He liked it. He understood it, and he liked it, and he wanted to just take her up to the front. Like he liked it.
He liked it then. He gonna understand why he shouldn't have 6 months down the road though. He gonna know why.
She said too much. She honestly said a good thing. Where I want you to plan a date. I want to see what kind of dates you will plan. I want to see what kind of person you are. Because telling people what you want, they can pretend to be what you want them to be to get where they want to go, and you never get to truly meet the person that you actually are talking to. And a lot of people do that very often.
Yeah, and that's a good strategy. But another thing that I don't think women realize, men do not spend a lot of time thinking about dates. If they're single or whatever and they're just cooling, they're not just, oh, this would be a good place for a date. You know what I'm saying? Women will literally look at places and look up places, a nice place to eat and stuff like that. And it would be better. But men don't spend a lot of time doing that. If you want...
I think he should, because he's on that show today. So I think he should... My thing is, if you randomly bump into the girl and y'all on the street talking is one thing.
Okay.
But you're on that show to date, so to pick someone to date. Fair enough. To me, you should have some ideas of, if I do pick someone on the show, where can I probably take that? To me, you should consider those things because you're on that kind of show. Randomly, I get it. It's more in women's mind. Like if we go someplace with the girls to eat and they're like, oh, this would be a nice place to come up for a date. That will cross a girl's mind more than it would not cross a guy's mind. So I get that reference.
Also, the outfit he had on, dudes, come on. Like, I like to dress down, but you going on this show and you know how the women them to be dressing. Like, come on, dog. Dress up a little bit. You know they judging.
I don't like how he was dressed. He didn't really ask any questions that made me think, like... He asked very basic questions.
Yes.
Nothing intriguing, nothing to trigger a conversation, nothing to deep think, none of that. And then I didn't like how his hair was combed either. He could have combed it straight back in some nice cornrow, not down. Like this down to the side thing is for them trend. I didn't see them little boy in elementary school with their hair braid done like that. Like he could have braided back behind his ear, look a little bit more presentable as well. So for me, I'd have popped my balloon. Because I didn't, but you know, and then so, but she did say, she said she had a word soup. She put the alphabet soup. She had 2 alphabets in her soup. That wasn't really, it don't really make words, it's just to let us float it in the soup.
Yeah. She gave me the vibe that men is her whole world and doesn't have her own thing. I didn't get that. I got that she uses flowery language, and that seems to be how she speaks. And like, you know, that could come off as pseudo deep. You're using all these words, but is it really deep? Is there really something substantive underneath what you just said? Or did you just say a bunch of things? Because I got what she was saying.
Yeah.
I did understand what she was saying, but like you said, it went on too long. Like, I got you. All right.
Could be the submissive type, the pleasing type. There's those. There's every kind.
But then, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's trying to get to know you for real. This would be his first attempt I mean, you don't have a lot of time to figure it out. What if y'all did get to the end and it's like, now I don't know nothing about you, and then you want to do what I want to do? Okay, I like bowling. Bowling for a first date? No, come on, man. Women with that braid, women with that side braid style and the flower in the hair is cool for sure. That's the key.
That is very not. That's not nice to say.
Yeah, I know the vibe. That's the type that be low key psycho. It's cute. The way that she talking and stuff is cute. Then give it 3 months. You're gonna be exhausted because everything you ask gotta be something. No, she was stressed the heck out of a man looking for straight up answers. Exactly. A lot of word salad. He had them prison braids.
Sure he did.
Oh, here we go. So Neci, will you host a Same Difference Pop the Balloon episode? Anyway, that's it for us. We're gonna wrap it up here. Thanks for tuning in to another live stream episode of A Different Day with Jah and
Neci.
On Same Difference coming up, we have a conversation. It's gonna be a deep conversation. It's gonna be a little intense. So if you don't stop through, we understand. But it's something I do want to talk about. It's the other side of SA, because I don't think men get any attention in that regard. As to, yes, it does happen to men also. And there's some stuff that we need to speak on, because there's some situations that has happened in the last couple months. And as per usual, it's gotten swept under the rug. It doesn't get talked about when it happens to a man. People just kind of expect that, like, if a woman does something to you in that aspect, you should enjoy it. That's not how it works. So join us. We're gonna make the announcement, but later this week we want to do that. Also, I am looking for 3 male and 3 female panelists. We gonna put out for questions to be submitted to us. Questions geared towards men, questions geared separately towards women. We're going to separate those panels. Ask any question you want to know about women or about men. We're going to do 2 separate shows on that. So go ahead and let people know that coming up. If you want to be on the panel, reach out, DM Same Difference. What else? Neci, anything?
It's festival.
All right. You want to give us some last words, something good to take us through the week?
Sure. Be safe on the road. Pay attention to others. Get to and from your destination safely. Take care of those in need. Love on yourself. Forgive yourself. A new year is coming. Work on what matters to you today. Don't wait for the new year to start it, okay? Be kind to yourself.
All right, but y'all enjoy festival. For me, keep me in mind that I'll be missing it. So send me some stuff. Let me know. Send me some. Send your boy some stuff. I'm missing out, man. I'm missing out. Y'all enjoy festival, but enjoy it safely, like Neci said. Also, you can follow us on Instagram at Same Difference 2022. And or on TikTok at same_difference_pod. The YouTube is at VI_very_own. Go ahead, subscribe, like, share. And if you'd like to donate to the show so we could invest into things like the drone I want for Christmas, we have a PayPal where you can donate. There's new merch uploaded on our SD merch store and Sticker Mule. Let us know if you want to get something. As for that, look out for our new episodes coming this week. We do new live stream episodes every week, and next Sunday we'll be right back here between 4 to 6. That's 4 to 6 p.m. AST, 3 to 5 p.m. EST. All right, let people know about Same Difference and A Different Day with Jah and Neci. We'll be right back with you in a week. Check us Sunday. Thank you for coming through. We love you. Peace.